The best of the best 12 and under players have gathered here at Baseball Heaven to showcase their talents. It's East versus West for the NYBC All-Star Game, and it's coming up right now. The National Youth Baseball Championships, powered by Brita, live from Baseball Heaven in Yaphank, New York. We are here for the All-Star Game of the 12 and unders, the West versus the East. Hi, everybody. Along with four-time world champion Jeff Nelson, Dave Popkin, glad to be with you. Some of the best players from around the nation have gathered here on Eastern Long Island. It seems the rain has passed, and we are ready for baseball. And Nelly, we have a couple of celebrity managers. We have the sons of Carl Crawford and Royce Clayton playing in this game. A lot of sizzle.
Yeah, exactly. You have Jerry Manuel for the West. You have Bobby Valentine, who is everybody knows around New York, ex-manager, both ex-managers of the Mets. Helping out manage with the East. Also, Frank Catalinato, who's played in the major leagues a number of years, is from around this area. So it's going to be exciting. I mean, you have kids that are playing this tournament that's come to play this afternoon, and then also guys that are playing from from all around the United States. Royce Clayton's son is coming from a different part, not playing in this tournament. He's playing shortstop. You'll see him with the good do going, but it's going to be exciting. I like watching this type of format, and you have some incredible kids out here.
Talked with Bobby Valentine before this game. He seems excited for this one. 16 years as a major league manager for the Rangers, Mets, and Red Sox. Of course, led the Mets to the 2000 World Series.
Yes, we know that. I know that one.
You remember that one, huh? Yanks in 5. And Jerry Manuel, the former American League Manager of the Year, who managed the White Sox and the Mets, of course, over 700 wins. He has a team in this tournament, as does Bobby Valentine. We saw Jerry Manuel Foundation team, the 14-year-olds, a couple days ago here at Baseball Heaven. And Jerry's still such a big part of youth sports. He has an academy in San Francisco where the kids are able to go to school there and then play baseball there as well. Royce Clayton Jr. is the shortstop for the West. The lineup brought to us by Brita. Then Jet Williams, Caleb Sanchez, the pitcher. Jordan Vyers is a big hitter who we've seen in this tournament. Nick Solis. Isaiah Muniz is a good pitcher as well. He'll start in right field today. Justin Crawford in center. Gavin Cancio and Matt Borges behind the plate for Jerry Manuel. Connor Jensen, the starter.
There you see Connor Jensen's got a really good fastball. 5'11", 165, one of the bigger kids that we've seen in this tournament out of Shelton, Connecticut. Good fastball, breaking ball. He'll mix in a changeup, but with the way I see his windup and his fastball, you might not need a changeup today.
So we are just about set for baseball. And Royce Clayton Jr. digging in for the West. And a fast strike at 71 right down the chute from Connor Jensen.
Well, you like to see that. How about Royce Clayton Jr. out of Malibu, California, 4'11", 85 pounds, but he can play this game just like Dad. Playing the shortstop just like Dad as well. Dad was a pretty good big leaguer. Faced him a few times in the major leagues, especially when he was with Texas and also the Chicago White Sox.
Pitch up high. Royce Clayton Sr. played for 11 different teams over 17 years in the big leagues, and we'll hopefully talk with him later in the broadcast. And the 2-1 to Clayton is a strike from Connor Jensen.
You see that fastball away to get back to even in the count. Nothing but fastballs. Got to like that. You got somebody 4'11" could work the count a little bit. I hate those kind of guys. You can't strike them out. You know, those guys are the most difficult in the major leagues. The home run hitters, you know, you can pitch with those guys and they have holes. The little guys, no, forget it. And then they get on base and watch this. They'll probably wind up stealing a base.
Clayton aboard to start this thing off. Connor Jensen from the Connecticut River Dogs. He calls Shelton, Connecticut home, a big Yankee fan.
I knew I liked this kid already.
Coming right after these hitters, here's Jet Williams, the second baseman.
Just stay back a little bit and stay over the rubber. And, you know, I see Jet Williams from Heath, Texas. Plays for the BN Phenom. They're in this tournament. You know, so important to control the running game. You'll see guys steal bases. Important to have a great catcher behind the plate with a great arm. Your bases are, you know, 54-70 here. 54 feet is the mound to the home plate, and 70 feet to the bench are the bases. I like this style of play. I like youth baseball. I like how they lead off. The home run fences are legit. You know, everything about it is just like the major leagues. I mean, these kids obviously aspire to be a major leaguer one day, whatever their favorite player is or favorite team. You know, some of them you'll see the same hitting styles, and they'll try to throw. You know, guys that will have the same number as their favorite player.
Gorgeous fields here at Baseball Heaven, and they have played very fair to all of the age groups. As the count goes to 2-2 on Jet Williams.
Well, you see Williams stays back in that box. Good fastball by Jensen, so he wants to try to take as much time on that ball and let it get deep into him to make him. There we go. Nice play at first. Wow.
Snagged, and it was a tag play. It looked like he stepped on first. Indeed, Williams is retired, 3 unassisted, and Clayton safe at second base.
Well, that was a great play by the first baseman, Miskey. He tagged it, got it tagged, and then he threw to second base. And, you know, I don't want to say where this hit Preston, the shortstop, but I think he tried to make the tag a little bit too quick. You watch this, nice play, very smart, tags the bag, nice throw.
Looked like the runner was just in the way, and it hit him on the upper thigh, we'll say.
Yes, and I think he tried to make the tag a little bit too quick. And we're going to have a little substitute. Number 14 is going to come in for the East. That is Reale. Joe Reale is going to take the place of Preston.
That's got to be heartbreaking for a kid to go down first inning of an all-star game.
It might have got hit in the knee.
Yeah.
You know, looks like he got hit in the knee. You know, I don't know if he was shielded by Clayton coming in, but, you know, he had his glove like the throw was going to be low, and it was right about midsection, so you could have caught it the other way with your glove turned up and then made the tag real quick. It would have been a double play. It would have been a great play by the first baseman, Miskey, but just couldn't handle the throw at shortstop.
This is when you're Bobby Valentine. You turn around into the dugout and you say, who knows how to play shortstop? These kids are all new to him. The strike on the outside corner to Caleb Sanchez. 1-1 the count to the West pitcher. Sanchez out of Chicago, big Jake Arrieta fan.
Well, fortunately, these kids play all over. You know, when we played, you know, you had certain guys that, you know, you had certain positions that you just wanted to play. If you were a pitcher, some guys just pitched and they didn't play anywhere else. You know, now you're seeing with this youth baseball, you have a number of guys that play multiple positions. You know, just mention, you know, you look at Sanchez right here, big Chicago Cubs fan. You know, how many players on that team play multiple positions for Joe Madden?
There are plenty, led by Ben Zobrist, and that strikeout was the first for Connor Jensen, the second out of the inning. Royce Clayton Jr. is the runner down at second, with Jordan Vyers coming up.
Yeah, Vyers is one of the bigger kids, 6'2". We've seen him a couple times already on TV.
They call him the Big Donkey, and he takes one up high, 1-0. Vyers takes a strike.
And with Jensen, what he does is he drops his elbow, and it makes that fastball go up in the zone. He needs to just stay on top of the ball a little bit and drive that ball down, stay back, and get your elbow a little higher.
Plays for D-Bat Elite in the Dallas area, and the pass ball allows Clayton passage over to third base.
Unless that was inside. You know, it was about thigh high, must have been in. The catcher just missed it, pass ball.
This storm has blown through, it seems. A breezy and much, much cooler here on Long Island today. It was beastly the last few days. Temperatures in the 90s and humid. It rained overnight and through the morning, and they were out there with the squeegees today, and the field is in excellent condition for this East-West All-Star game. We're expected to have the 11U championship game at 4:30 Eastern here on CBS Sports Network. If those teams are able to get through their semifinals, and they are playing right now. That's ball 4.
Another big kid. How about this? Solis. It's amazing how you look at these 12-year-olds, some of them 13 because of their birthday, but there's some big kids. I mean, you look at Vyers. I mean, that was my height when I graduated high school at 17, 6'2".
Pitch in for a strike to Nick Solis, the left fielder. He's out of Texas as well. Big Houston Astros fan and loves Madison Bumgarner.
There you go.
Takes a strike according to Robert Maurer, or home plate ump. Tom Major at first. Skip Amadio, who we've seen a lot in this tournament, over at third. '12 and under All-Star game here at the National Youth Baseball Championships. They're scoreless and just underway, and that is strike 3. Second strikeout for Connor Jensen. He strands 2 here in the top of the first of this 6-inning game. We're back with more on CBS Sports Network.
National Youth Baseball Championship on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Brita. Drink healthier, drink cleaner, drink amazing.
Along with former Yankee great Jeff Nelson, Dave Popkin back with you. The West being managed by Jerry Manuel. The East being managed by Bobby Valentine. The 12 and under All-Star game. A nice crowd on hand here at Baseball Heaven on Eastern Long Island. Britta brings us the starting lineups. Zach Rampin is the third baseman. Avery Goldensoff in center. Train Callaway, Luke Preston, Logan Watts, Carter Campo, A.J. Joya in left, the DH Bobby Stank, and Brady Miskey at first.
There you see the pitcher, Caleb Sanchez, 5'6", 125 out of the Chicago area. Nice little fastball, keeps the ball down, looked really good in warm-ups. Nice little breaking ball, a little change-up. A lot of them now, fastball, change-up only, but they'll mix in a breaking ball every now and then. You see him going from the stretch position.
The Chicago native, Caleb Sanchez, misses up high to Zach Rampin.
And that's what you see. You know, you see these kids in warm-ups and they're nice and relaxed and everything is down in the zone. Breaking ball looks good. Next thing you know, a hitter gets in there and it changes everything. You see that first pitch was up and then he settled down a little bit and got right back in the count with a nice little fastball for a strike.
Like any other All-Star game, we will see many changes in this one, including with the pitchers. About 4 or 5 guys expected to hurl today for the West. Fouled back, 1 and 2.
Well, some of these kids are still playing in this tournament, so you're going to need them as far as their regular team. You know, some of them won't even pitch because they're going to need to pitch for their regular team in this tournament in the NYBC. There's a nice little breaking ball.
Fooled them. Rampin goes down on strikes. 1 out for Avery Goldensoff.
Well, you get 2 good fastballs, and next thing you know, you drop a hammer on him, buckled him, and, you know, really no shot. Just a little token swing on that breaking ball.
Pitch to Goldensoff is low. He's playing center field today. Fouled away, 1-1 the count. Feel a little bit of rain coming down now here as the remnants are just blowing through here at Baseball Heaven.
You know, nuts.
Ball that too. Sanchez is really mixing it up.
Yeah, he does. He's got a nice little breaking ball, good fastball. You know, at this age, it's really tough. If you have a good breaking ball, it's really tough for the hitters to hit. You know, sometimes pitchers will really fall in love with that because they want to try to get through the inning. There you see another one. You know, I know it's it's easy because if you have a good breaking ball, you can get by with it. You know, that's why I think sometimes you see managers will call the pitches. You watch this breaking ball on the outside part of the plate break out of the zone, and Golden Soft swings through it. You know, if you're only going a couple innings, I guess it's okay, but I'd really like to see, them use their fastball a little bit more and learn to locate that. You know, pitch in and out, climb the ladder a little bit. We've seen this in the tournament, how some of the pitchers pitch up in the zone.
Especially if you're going to be a starting pitcher. Train Callaway, named after the Jazz legend John Coltrane. And that is a strike.
You got to like that name, huh? Well, they have some interesting names in this tournament. Train. I like the name Train.
All aboard. From Team Beast Black, local kid, Bayshore, New York. You a big Jazz fan?
I like it. You know, I probably couldn't name anybody, but I like the music. If you said a few names, I'd probably say, yeah, I know. Yeah, I like them. Been to a few jazz clubs, little blues clubs, a couple in Memphis when we were there.
The partner's very versatile. Fouled away, Train Callaway, 2-2 here. Of course, John Coltrane was a famous saxophonist. A Love Supreme was maybe his most famous album.
Well, obviously, you either look that up or you are a blues fan.
Yeah, big music fan, big jazz fan. This one misses. 3-2 to Train.
What's the they have those music venues. They have one in Chicago, one in New York. I've been blues
BB Kings, fouled back.
BB Kings, and then they also have
Birdland.
Yeah, I don't remember. What
House of Blues.
House of Blues. There you
there's
go.
a lot of good ones.
Been to both of those. The one in New York, and there's one in Chicago. Been to House of Blues there.
I'd imagine you've been to a few nightclubs.
Yeah, a few. I don't get into the loud music. I'd rather spend my time in like a Cheers type place where everybody knows your name.
Yeah. You walk in, Jeff, instead of Norm.
You sit down, they already know what you want, a little iced tea.
Train Callaway, the number 3 hitter for the East. Long at bat here, fighting them off. Sanchez with a 3-2 pitch. Curveball got him. Sanchez impressive here in the first. He strikes out the side in order. Scoreless game as we head to the second inning. The West and the East in the 12 and under All-Star game.
There's a nice breaking ball down in the zone for striking out the side. Great job by Sanchez.
Along with Jeff Nelson and our crew here in Yaphank, New York, Dave Popkin back with you on CBS Sports Network for the National Youth Baseball Championships and our 12 and under All-Star game. Pitching has been the story thus far as we head to the second. And speaking of such, we have a new hurler for the East. It's left-hander Xavier Lopez.
Yeah, a little 5-footer, 93 pounds out of the Orlando area. A little fastball, crafty lefty, breaking ball changeup. We have a pitching line on Jensen for the East. He threw an inning, 2 Ks, 2 walks, no runs. They'll fire through about, well, playing 6 innings, probably 6 pitchers on each side. You know, everybody get a chance to play.
Lopez is kind of like Pat Venditti in that he is ambidextrous.
Is he?
He'll only pitch lefty in this game. Isaiah Muniz. Big hitter pops it up. Logan Watts. Tough play.
Yeah, nice play over there. You hear Bobby V. This is Bobby Valentine over there saying, you're on TV. You're going to play that into a dive. Get a little web gem over there. I think the wind got a hold of it a little bit. You watch Watts over there, a little fly ball. He comes in on it. He's looking to see if the first baseman, Miskey's coming over to get it, but no. And then he had to go and backtrack a little bit.
Justin Crawford, the son of Carl Crawford. And is he safe? Ooh, close play. And Watts, with his second straight play defensively, throws out Crawford narrowly, one of the fastest players in this tournament.
We got to like the hustle of these kids. They give 100% down the line, and I think Watts just took Crawford for granted, thinking that, okay, you know, it's just routine ground ball. I'm going to take my time throwing to the first. Next thing you know, got to hurry a little bit. Got to charge these balls with some of these kids as fast as they run.
Gavin Cancio is the batter, and this gets by Watson to center field. A base hit with 2 down in the second. Third baseman Cancio.
Well, I think it hit off the pitcher's glove, Lopez, and then scoots into the center field for a base hit. You watch this fastball right down the middle of the plate, right off his glove.
Cancio's a big Marlins fan. I knew you'd like that.
There you go. The Marlins making a big trade today. Ooh, nice move by Lopez.
Got him picked off, and it's thrown into left field over the head of the shortstop Reale, and Cancio is safe and a little lucky.
Yeah, that'll probably go down as a stolen base because he didn't stop. He kept going, but what happened there is Miskey, the first baseman, it was a great move by Lopez. You see the runner, Cancio, he went on first move. Watch, as soon as he lifts that leg, he goes while he was picked off. That's probably going to go down as an error. Stolen base.
Two middle infielders getting in each other's way that time, and it falls in for a hit for Matt Borges, and he drives in the first run of the game as Cancio scores. The West on top, 1-0.
Yeah, on that rundown play, it was a pickoff from Lopez. He did a great job, the pitcher, throwing over. And what happened is Miskey just took too much time when he was running the runner down. You got to give that ball up. You watch this little bleeder into right field. Got in on him. There you see the second baseman Watts coming in again, and the right fielder was just playing a little bit too deep. No chance for him to get it. It was probably more the second baseman's ball if he had any chance of catching that. He scores the first run of the game.
Royce Clayton Jr. will bat here in the second with a runner at first and 2 down. Walked his first time up. And with that good pickoff move, Xavier Lopez again going to first. Well, you're right on that pickoff play. They teach you to get rid of it and then run him back to the base from whence he came.
Right. Once he committed to second base, you need to have the shortstop come up and not stay at the base. And it did go down as an error on the first baseman because it was a pickoff play. He wasn't going on that as a stolen base. He wasn't trying to steal the bag. And in that way, you give up the ball, and then you have the shortstop run him back to the original base that he came from. And that's, you try to limit the amount of throws, so you want to make the runner run as hard as he can. You know, another thing is that they drill into your head in spring training. We do rundowns all the time, and you try to eliminate the amount of throws, and that way you eliminate the amount of mistakes that the infielders or pitcher, catcher, whatever make. You run the runners as hard as you can, make them commit to the base, and then you either give it up, or if you're fast enough, you can tag them out yourself.
They're leery of Lopez now, and Borges is back in. The 1-2 to Royce Clayton Jr. fouled back.
And with that run, it's just a little unlucky break for the East. And Lopez, he did a great job of picking the guy off at first, and then next thing you know, he winds up scoring on a couple bleeders, so nothing's really been hit hard.
Fouled off by Clayton. You and I were marveling before the game how his pop played for 11 different teams. Mike Moore is a guy that comes to mind, the pitcher that pitched for a long time, pitched for a lot of different teams, but 11 sounds like about the most. And that's strike 3. And the third out of the inning, but 1 run does come across and a couple base hits, an error, and 1 left. Middle of the second inning here in the 12 and under All-Star game. The West on top by 1. Dave Popkin and Jeff Nelson back with you. The 12 and under All-Star game here at the National Youth Baseball Championships, powered by Brita. The West on top 1-0, and you're getting a good look at Justin Crawford, who is a great hitter and base stealer, but we saw him defensively in center field yesterday make a terrific catch, Nelly.
Yeah, absolutely. Plays center field just like his dad does. Actually, he plays the corner, but what a catch. How about this? Kept his eye on it the whole way. Good sliding catch right there. Good athlete, also can run really well. How about that? Almost beat out that little ground ball to second base earlier in this game.
New pitcher for the West is number 22, Alejandro Mendoza. We've seen him a couple times in this tournament, playing some good third base. He is out of the DBAT Elite program in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, calls Keller, Texas home.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. We've seen him make some really good plays at third base. Also a good hitter. We haven't seen him on the mound yet, I don't think.
No.
Crawford's dad was a corner outfielder for the Rays, but can play center. He had played center a little bit for the Dodgers when he was out there, but speed was their game. Just like it looks like his son's going to have the same thing. I wonder what that's like. I don't know what that's like to run fast.
I hear you. Luke Preston gives it a rip for the East All-Stars. He's hitting fourth today and playing shortstop.
This is Reale. Remember, Preston got hit in the knee,
yes,
had
sir.
to be taken out, and Reale came in for his spot.
Joe Reale. And he lines one foul down the right field line.
It's pretty well hit over there in right field. He got a fastball up in the zone and drilled it to right field. Might have rattled over that off that fence if he kept it fair, or maybe even over.
Reale plays basically for the home team, Team Steel, who is out of this baseball heaven facility, East Patchogue, New York on Long Island. He's a Yankee fan, and he touches this one out to short. Clayton got it.
Nice arm. See a little ground ball to shortstop to Clayton. Picks it up. Good arm over there. Just gets Reale.
He's working that look. He's got the sleeve on his
does,
arm.
yeah.
He's got the good haircut.
Is there a
Watts.
haircut there?
Well, not so much. 0-1 to Watts, the second baseman.
Guess if you got that kind of hair, you might as well sport it, right?
McCalla, Alabama. He goes to the same middle school that Bo Jackson went to.
Well, so far, nice job by the West pitchers. 3 strikeouts in the first inning by Sanchez, and Mendoza's doing a nice job getting ahead of the hitters.
Logan Watts, the batter, says his older brother Taylor, a cancer survivor, is his hero.
Wow.
Called strike 3. 5 up and 5 down for those West pitchers. 2 down here in the second.
Well, you like Mendoza, or I like Mendoza's mechanics. Nice and easy. He stays over the rubber, drives that ball down. Watch this. Nice and compact, and good fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Carter Campo, the catcher. Nobody on, 2 out. One got away.
Yeah, try to spin a little breaking ball, let it go just a little bit too quickly.
This East team really has players from all over the place. Alabama, New York, Michigan, Connecticut, Kentucky, Florida. They've all converged on Eastern Long Island this week. A lot of fine players. 1-1.
Is that Cole Masseri warming up in the bullpen for the East? Probably going to be your next guy. Like I said, they'll probably roll through 6 pitchers each side unless somebody really gets in trouble.
That gets away from Borges. Struck him out, but Campo able to reach.
Yeah, it was one of those about 50-foot breaking balls, bounced in front of the plate. Hit Borges in the mask, wasn't able to get in front of it. It was too hard to get in front of. You watch this breaking ball. About 2 feet short of that plate. Hits off his chest protector, hits the umpire, squeaks back to the backstop. Easy play for Campo to get to first base.
The 5th strikeout for West pitching.
Going to go down as a K and a wild pitch.
Campo at first. And A.J. Joya, the left fielder, at the plate.
Another big kid.
And the Long Island Titans claims that he plays every position.
There you go. Why not? Central ice slip.
Did it hit him? It did.
Yeah, looked like an inside fastball just grazed him in his jersey. But why not? You know, you play every position and get more playing time. You never know what one's your favorite one or one. There you go. Looked like a little breaking ball. It's kind of, you know, got away from him again, the pitcher. Just hits off his jersey, so it didn't get him square. But you never know which position you're great at. Or you could be good in all of them.
Bobby Stang takes one down low, or like me, none of them.
Yeah.
Massapequa, New York, another local guy, Team Beast Elite. Stang, the DH, fouls it off.
There you go. You don't worry about the runners. If they're going to steal, don't worry about it. You got 2 outs, you worry about the hitter. Nice and easy mechanics drive that fastball down in the zone, just like that, and have foul ball.
Appropriately, Stang, the Long Island kid, is a fisherman in the offseason, and go fish for that one. Into the gap. 1 run scores. Joya coming around, he scores. It is a 2-run double for Bobby Stang to the wall in left, and the East takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, that was drilled. It was a fastball down in the zone, and he just smoked it into left center field. It skipped off and wasn't able to hop over that fence for a double. Good thing for the East that it did stay in and you were able to score that guy from first. You see that ball right out over the plate. He thought that maybe he might have had that one. See where this goes. It drills it into the left center field. 1 hops that fence. Well, you got a strikeout. Would have been 3 outs, and next thing you know, you got a rally going.
Stang at second base after his 2-run hit, and Brady Biskey standing in, the first baseman for Bobby Valentine's East team. Breaking ball low. The West pitchers have 5 strikeouts, but it started to come apart a little bit here in the second.
There's a nice fastball from Mendoza. Up and in.
The 1-1 to Miskey. Bobby Valentine, the athletic director for Sacred Heart in the Northeast Conference now. Does some broadcasting, owns the Bobby Valentine Sports Academy. Former longtime big league manager. We'll talk to him later on. Strike to Miskey. That's strike 3. 6th strikeout in 2 innings for the West, but the East gets on the board. 2 runs on a hit and a wild pitch, 1 left. After 2, 2-1. Dave Popkin, Jeff Nelson back with you on CBS Sports Network. The National Youth Baseball Championships, our 12 and under All-Star game. The East has taken a 2-1 lead as we head to the 3rd. Joining us now on our Dugout Access segment, powered by Brita, it's Bobby Valentine. And Bobby, we appreciate you joining us here. And what do you make of your team so far?
What a great bunch of kids. They're excited. They're talented. None of them throw as good as Nelly did, but, you know, they might be able to develop into being that kind of a stopper.
Well, some of these kids were bigger than I was when I was that age. There's one kid over on this side, this is Varys. So this guy's 6'2". I wasn't even 6'2" in high school.
He's really huge.
How about these kids? Aren't they, you know, going back to, you know, our day, or, you know, when we played, how about the talent level and how much games they play and what they bring? So much more advanced than what we were.
Jeff, you're exactly right. They just the chatter in the dugout. They know everything. They know the opposition too. They've been playing against each other in these select tournaments all around the country, so they know who they are. And you know, you hear Bryce Harper saying that. You hear a lot of the guys in the big leagues, the young guys say, "Oh, I played against him when I was 11. We're buddies. I know what he has." And these rivalries start here, and I think they're going to last for some of these kids for a long, long time.
Bobby, how did your childhood and growing up as a child star in many sports, especially baseball, making it to the big leagues, affect the work that you do now with youth? You have a sports academy, you have a team that's in this tournament, obviously managing this game.
Well, to tell you the truth, that young man right there, Zach Rampin, is my best friend's son, and I've seen him since he was about 2 years old. He was with me in Japan for the 6 years that I was over there, and he's one heck of a little player. But I'm not sure how all the stuff that I did even relates to today, because as Jeff says, it's really different. Travel, baseball is different, the instruction's different, the money people spend on the game is without a doubt different. And the only thing that's the same is AJ out in center field. Looks like he can really run him down easily. What a good-looking 12-year-old. He takes that ball off the bat like he was in Andrew Jones. You see him, Jeff?
Oh, I know. A little breaking ball, and he smokes it into center field. Yeah, it's amazing. You miss the game. I mean, you talk about how it's changed and how it's different as far as the analytics and all that. You miss the managerial part?
Well, yeah, of course. You know, the everyday routine of baseball gets in your blood, and of course you always miss something that you had in your life for a long time. But you know, I just got off the road 53 days. I was with an ex-Fury baseball team. A buddy of mine, Pablo Stallman, has a 16-year-old. We went all around the country. We visited 10 universities. We played 50 games, and I got my fix of baseball. I'll tell you what, I came home yesterday to come out here. I got my fix of baseball, and I'll get back into the pennant races soon.
All right, Bobby, well, take the weekend off, and we'll talk to you down the line.
Thanks, Dave. Talk to you. Take
right.
care,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Bobby.
Good. Thank you.
That's Bobby Valentine joining us here, the manager of the East squad. Couple outs, nobody on. Alejandro Mendoza just flew out, and Jordan Vyers is the batter. He walked his first time up, and he creams one to deep right field, and it is foul. Well gone and out of here, but foul.
He knew it too, and look at the big smile. He was kind of hoping that would have hooked around the foul pole. Instead, it probably went over that second fence. 250 down the line, is that what it is?
Yes.
You watch this as a ball down and in. Keeps his hands in, but he knew it was foul. He smoked it. Probably, there's train tracks up there, I think, in right field. Might have smoked it up on those. But we have a few changes for the East. We have Goldsoft now in right field, Joya in center, Callaway in left, and we didn't even mention Bobby V did Rampin, that diving catch at third base for the first out. And we have Stang behind the plate as a new catcher.
Thank you, Nelly, and this one misses. It's ball 4. Vyers walks.
Not a bad idea. If I see that ball going that far, I might walk him too. Yeah, I'll put him on. I'll get the next guy.
Jordan Vyers from D-Bat Elite, also a good pitcher that has fought back from stress fractures in his feet to get back on the field. Siri checking on him.
The one thing you don't have to worry about, you see the pitcher went over there. I don't think he's going to be doing much running. When he dove back, he probably hit his chest on the base. That's how big his lead is. Maybe he'll show us some speed. See if the big guy has any speed over there first. Or maybe he knows that, hey, you know what, I shouldn't be stealing bases. I'm more of the jog around type. Let me hit it over the fence, and I don't have to look like I don't run fast.
Siri, the Long Island kid. Nick Solis fouls it off. Cole Masiri, the pitcher, when asked who his hero was, he said, my dad. He's an NYPD police officer.
Love it. You know, I've done a lot of stuff with them. My dad was a cop as well in Maryland for 43 years, and they have a lot of respect for the police, especially NYPD. They're guys, knowing some of them around Old Yankee Stadium, met quite a few of them at the new stadium. I've done ride-alongs with some of the precincts down in Manhattan. Great people.
Solis lines one fair down the right field line, rolling toward the corner. Vyers chugging into third, and they're going to wave him in. It is an RBI double for Nick Solis. Tied at 2 here in the third inning.
Well, he got a fastball on the outside part of the plate and doesn't try to pull it, and he smoked it down the right field line. I think we knew that's why Vyers does not run well. You see that on the outside part of the plate. Stays with it, keeps his hands in. Watch Vyers chug along, and that's probably why he doesn't steal a lot of bases. He was kind of hoping to get held up at third, but you're like, no way, you got to score on this one.
Isaiah Muniz is the batter.
We saw Muniz earlier on the mound. He strike out 7 guys.
He did in 2 2/3 innings. He struck out 7 and didn't walk anyone for Wilson MVP Elite. Went around 1-1.
Well, Muniz is way up in the box. He's trying to get to that breaking ball, knowing, okay, he's not going to overpower me with the fastball. I'm going to try to. There you see that. Look at that back foot, pretty much even or almost in the front of the plate. Ooh, big hack right there. He was on that pitch.
In on the fists as Masiri's trying to back him off that plate a little bit. Breezy and cloudy here on Long Island today. Later on, we will have the 11 and under championship game in this National Youth Baseball Championship. 4:30 Eastern time here from Baseball Heaven, and then a lot more this weekend. Saturday, we'll have a 12U semifinal and a 14U championship game, and then Sunday, a couple good ones, the 13U and 12U championships. And those games will be 1 and 4 on Saturday, and that's clubbed into left, but Callaway is there to make the catch for the third out of the inning. 1 run comes across on 1 hit, 1 left, middle of the third. It's a good one. We're tied at 2 on CBS Sports Network. Dave Popkin and Jeff Nelson back with you here on Eastern Long Island. The West and East All-Stars here in the 12 and under bracket. National Youth Baseball Championships. Good one so far. And Isaiah Muniz is the new pitcher out of Baldwin Park, California. We saw him a few days ago with Wilson MVP Elite Nelly, and he was elite.
He was. He struck out 7 in 2 2/3. He mentioned earlier. Look at this fastball upstairs. Another good fastball down the middle of the plate. Throws pretty hard, about mid-70s fastball. Has a little breaking ball, but you don't need it when you're throwing that hard.
His manager is Jerry Manuel, 5-year Major League player, longtime Major League manager, former AL Manager of the Year with the White Sox, also managed locally with the Mets. And dugout access powered by Brita brings us Jerry Manuel. And how are you, sir?
I'm good, but I don't know if I'm on or not.
You're on.
Well, we almost didn't have a right fielder out there. You know, you last minute trying to find players. What's it like managing these guys?
I can't hear that.
We'll get Jerry back on here in a second once he can hear us. Zach Rampin is the batter. Struck out his first time up, facing Muniz.
You see that fastball. Watch the catcher Borges. You know, you can see how hard he throws just by the way he catches the ball. Borges behind the plate. We have a few changes. We have Rivera out at second base. New right fielder is Finch. You see that fastball, 73 miles an hour. One of the hardest 12U pitchers that we've seen.
The 1-2 curveball hit him. Rampin is the leadoff base runner here in the third.
Yeah, just a breaking ball got away from Muniz. Supposed to backdoor it or front door to the righty, and it just nipped him in the leg. Nipped Rampin in the leg.
Going with a mean look with the eye black there. Fastball outside. 1-0 to Avery Goldensoft, who's now playing in right field. Started in center. Jerry, we apologize for the technical difficulty there. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. What an awesome place to be this time of the day.
What's it like with these youth baseball kids? You have your own foundation. We've seen the team that your son manages or coaches. What's it like with some of these youngsters?
Oh, it's an awesome experience. I think if anyone gets an opportunity to impart in the next generation with, what we've been through at the major league level and things like that, to impart into these kids who are excited about receiving information, I think it's an awesome experience.
Jerry, what motivated you to start your foundation and the academy where the kids go to school, and then, of course, the baseball part of it as well?
Well, what motivated me was our culture was lacking, and the numbers were starting to fall drastically. And I thought the best place to start was see where we were with youth sports, and we were not playing as much. And now it seems like we are playing, but there was a big expense tied to youth sports that I hadn't seen before as a guy that had been a manager at the major league level and came up with youth sport being so much freedom as far as the economics of it. But that's what motivated me, and I'm glad that we get an opportunity to partner with people like Britta that has that same concern.
And a check swing roller out to Clayton, gets the force, on to first, not in time. And the run scores as Rampin comes across, and the East takes a 3-2 lead.
Well, Jerry, it is expensive. I mean, you see these kids are playing over 100 games at some point during the year, and the travel that they have, and a lot of opportunity is not there for the inner city kids, and to do a job. You look at the RBI program, you look at your program. So important for some of these youngsters to get a chance and get to succeed in life, but not only that, but also to play this great game.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think RBI does a good job. There's some grassroots programs out there that do a good job. Major League Baseball has set up some different urban academies, and they're also doing a good job. And it gives us an opportunity to, bring a team to this type of venue and give the kids a great experience. I mean, they just do a tremendous job here. The fields are in great shape. I mean, you can see a lot of baseball, a lot of teaching, that type of thing. So it's an all-around great experience.
Jerry, thanks for joining us, and thanks for all you do.
All right. Thank you, guys. Y'all be good.
All right. Jerry Manuel, the manager of the West. They now trail this thing 3-2. Zach Rampin came across on the fielder choice by Train Callaway, and then Callaway just stole second base. Strike taken by Joe Reale, who came in the second inning to play shortstop.
We see Muniz, he's just getting a little wild with his breaking ball. He's got a great fastball. Pretty hard for Borges behind the plate to even handle. Where it's got him in trouble is the breaking pitch.
Big swing.
Yeah, you see that 72-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle of the plate. See, 14 pitches for Muniz, and only 4 strikes. Well, that was a good one right there. 3-2 fastball right by Reale for the second out.
High heater is his first strikeout, and the seventh time that the East has struck out in this ball game. 2 down, runner at second base for Logan Watts.
Well, we got the tying run at second base, 2 outs. Middle of the lineup, Watts, the second baseman, up. Another nice fastball, 70 miles an hour. And that's, like I said, the only problem that he had is with his breaking ball. It was very good the other day when he struck out 7 guys, but a lot of those strikeouts were on his fastball because he does throw so hard. And he's a big kid out on that mound, so he's intimidating to some of these kids.
71 miles an hour from 50 feet away is right on top of you. 1-2 the count, and Callaway takes third.
And that run doesn't mean anything. I mean, the runner, you got to get this guy right here at the plate. There you go. Nice pitch.
Called strike 3, the 8th strikeout for West pitching, and the 2nd here for Isaiah Muniz. 1 run comes across on no hits and 1 left at third. We go to the 4th inning here on Long Island. We'll be back. 3-2, the East on top of the West here in the 12 and under All-Star game at Baseball Heaven on Eastern Long Island. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Dave Popkin and Jeff Nelson with you. 80 teams have converged on this facility, and Ed Huber, the GM for Brita, threw out the first pitch to Royce Clayton, the 17-year Major League veteran whose son is playing in this game, and he threw a strike. And of course, Brita sponsoring this tournament here at Baseball Heaven this week. New pitcher in the ball game, Jason Lopez. And the lefty, Team Beast Black, local kid, Brentwood, New York. Big Toronto Blue Jays fan. He loves Jose Bautista. And we saw the pitch before the ball game, and now we'll hear the pitch here in the booth from Ed Huber. And Ed, we appreciate you joining us here, and appreciate everything you do for this championship. In the booth it is, and what made Brita get involved in this championship?
Well, you know, I mean, water is not the most exciting thing, right? So trying to come up with a mission to make water more exciting for kids, give them an opportunity to understand that water is an important part of staying hydrated when you're out on a nice warm summer day on Long Island. And this is our 2nd year as a title sponsor, and it just keeps getting better and better, so we're committed to this for a long time.
Well, you watch these kids, very impressive to you, it has to be, right?
I was trying to go back to my 12-year-old All-Star team, and it has no resemblance.
No, I know.
You had a good arm, though. You seem like you're a baseball fan.
I heard the mid pop. It was, I mean, I was looking down. I had to look up and see who threw that pitch. And it was a lot of pressure because you had all the kids gather, and you had to make sure you got it into that little small area.
Well, then you're throwing it to Royce Clayton on top of it, right? So, yeah, I was never on the mound. I was always behind the pitcher.
What are some other things that Brita does as a corporate citizen out there?
You know, well, we're part of the Clorox company. So we're a company that's been based in Oakland, California for 103 years. So kind of U.S. based. For Brita, we recently signed Stephen Curry, and Steph has been a great asset to help get the message out about hydration and how that can have a positive impact on your performance as an athlete.
Justin Crawford strikes out here. Jason Lopez records the first out in the 4th inning. The East on top 3-2 over the West, and this National Youth Baseball Championship powered by Brita here on CBS Sports Network.
Tell us a little bit about what Brita does and what it is, and explain to people how important it is, about the whole company name and the water filtration.
Yeah, so Brita basically established and invented the water filtration product line about 50 years ago, actually in 1966. And off the notion that if you want people to drink more water, you need to make it taste better. And so our water is generally safe, but when you move around the U.S., sometimes it can taste a little funny. And it actually started. We actually have a great base in New York. You know, the business started with a distributor out here in New York, and we just found ways to get pitchers into people's homes. And sure enough, it made their coffee taste better and their tea taste better, and we haven't looked back.
Well, you look at it, you know, what's interesting is when we were little, we drank out of the hose.
Right.
You grabbed the hose as a kid. There wasn't any bottled water. There wasn't any filtrated water. You just grabbed the hose. It had dirt on it. It had dirt on it.
Right.
Now you're seeing all the bottle companies, the bottled water companies, and now you see Brita. What has been the change? What's the difference in the change and how we've taken this next step for cleaner water?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, you know, I think there's probably 2 big things. I think one, the awareness of the health benefits of water and the fact that, you know, you just don't need your kids to drink as much sugar as they do. And so I think that was one. I think the other one really was as people are much more aware of the environmental aspects and just finding ways to, you know, every Brita filter lasts the equivalent of 300 bottles of water. So kind of saving space in your landfill is a nice benefit as well.
Matt Borges lines a single to right. He's now 2 for 2 in this game. Jason Lopez struck out the first 2 batters of the frame, Justin Crawford and Gavin Cancio. 3-2 is your score. The East on top of the West. Sponsor of this championship, Ed Huber from the Clorox Company and the GM of the Brita brand, joining us here at Baseball Heaven in Yaphank, New York.
Now, do you travel quite a bit?
I do. Don't see as much baseball as I'd like, but you know, obviously being in the Bay Area, both the Giants and A's provide nice opportunities to get out and do get a chance to travel around the country quite a bit.
Thomas Licey is the pinch hitter, and Borges advances to second base on the pass ball.
So you're a Giant fan?
You know, I grew up a St. Louis Cardinal fan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so it was kind of fun talking to Royce Clayton before the game because he played for both the Cardinals and the Giants.
Right.
Sprayed over to third. Rampin. Close play. They can't hold on. Miskey couldn't field it over at first. Borges scores. And we are tied at 3 apiece as Licey goes all the way over to third as it rolled down the line. And the one thing that has amazed me all week here is just the level of talent and the size of these kids. It's a different world.
Yeah, well, I mean, you saw that foul balls that young man hit that would have been out of almost any major league ballpark, and you sometimes forget these kids are 12 years old.
Wild pitch allows Licey to score, and the West takes a 4-3 lead. Jason Lopez losing some control here in the 4th inning.
Now, through the major leagues and the major league stadiums, how many stadiums are you guys in?
Juan Rivera trying to bunt his way on.
Nice play, barehanded play over there.
Zach Rampin throws out Rivera, and Ed, we appreciate you joining us here and appreciate your sponsorship of the tournament. We'll see you again next time.
It's our pleasure, and this has been terrific, and it's nice that as soon as Tommy Lasorda got done speaking, the clouds parted and the sun came out. So it was some divine intervention for sure. I guess the big Dodger in the sky, as Tommy said, had something to do with this.
Baseball gods are with us. Thanks very much.
Indeed, thank you.
Okay, Ed Huber from Brita. We're back after this. Coming up next, CBS Sports Network's week-long coverage of the biggest event in surfing continues live from Huntington Beach, California, as we inch closer to seeing who will be crowned champions of the Vans U.S. Open of Surfing, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. 4-3, the West on top of the East, the bottom of the 4th inning of this 6th-inning 12U All-Star game. Dave Popkin, Jeff Nelson with you, and we're being joined by 17-year Major League veteran, 11 different teams, Royce Clayton, joining us.
What's the deal with 11 different teams?
Hey, man, you know how it is. Hey, well, if you
got
me,
around.
Yeah, it's like a gun for hire, but at shortstop, you know.
Exactly.
Like the relief pitcher thing. You know how it is now.
Yeah, I know. Where were some of your favorite spots?
You know, San Francisco is my first gig.
Right.
So, great city, great team, great tradition in San Francisco. I really learned how to play the game the right way from guys like Matt Williams, Will Clark, Robbie Thompson. So,
Candlestick.
Yeah, the guys didn't like to come in there, so that was our competitive advantage, you know.
I think we battled together in the minor leagues as well.
We have a long history.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into stats. We'll leave that alone.
I looked.
That figures.
I said, okay, I know. Well, he was with Texas. He was with the White Sox. I know I had to face him then.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Minor leagues, I think we faced each other a few times.
Carter Campo.
You probably owned me back then. The minor leagues, you got
real
good.
funky, before you got the funky stuff going and dropping down with that bad angle and all that stuff. But
Justin Lipinski, the new third baseman.
That's my guy Justin. He came in with us from California, from Malibu. Shout out to the Lipinski guys. Justin's a good kid.
Minor hurricane blowing through the stadium here as there's a strike taken by A.J. Joya. There's Justin just in there at third.
Whoa.
And Joya hits a hot shot.
Well, how about youth baseball? I mean, now your kids are in it, and your son's here. He's got the, he's good. You got to be good when you're sporting the do that he does. He's got the good do. If I had hair like that, I might do the same thing.
Yeah, remind me of back when I had the locks going, but he loves it, and just seeing like you said, the level of play at 12 years old is special. These kids are are definitely, you know, advanced to where I played 12-year-old baseball. I'm sure, Nelly, you can attest to the same thing. But it's good experience for them to see it. I think they rise to the level of the competition, and it's great that Steel Sports puts on an event like this.
Bobby Stang, who had the big hit in the game for the East, a 2-run double, swings through that one. 1-2 the count. Nobody on, 2 out here in the 4th. And Andre Miono's pitch is bounced fair down the third base line. Second hit for Bobby Stang.
Now, being a big league dad, you know, what do you, as far as you see these kids are playing some of them are playing almost 100 games. You dial it back a little bit. So what is it like having a son that likes playing this game and you playing this game for a living?
I dial it back a lot. Like after this tournament, I think Royce is going to Cooperstown. We're done till probably January. So he plays soccer. He plays basketball. He's a good little athlete. His brother's the same way. He's around here chomping at the bit. He can't wait to be out here playing as well. But he's 10. But I mean, that's just the way we do it. We play all sports and, you know, let them make that decision. But I'm a big component as to taking a break and, you know, not playing year-round baseball, because it gives these kids a chance to grow athletically, let their bones grow, and, you know, go through the process of being kids.
And how about the travel now with the youth baseball players? I mean, if we traveled 2 hours, that was a road trip when we were young. Now you guys are going all the way to New York, everywhere.
Yeah, you know, you kind of follow it, but during the baseball season, like I said, it's good to experience the different ranges of competition, the guys from all over the country. And, you know, these kids will hopefully be playing against each other 5, 10, 15 years from now. So it's good. It's good for the kids to experience it.
Wild pitch allows Stang passage to second base. Connor Jensen is the hitter now, re-entering the ball game. He was a starting pitcher for the East today. He's facing Andre Miono.
Nelly, were you this tall at 12?
No, I was going to say, this kid over first base, Vyers.
Oh, my God.
He's 6'2". I was 6'2" when I graduated high school.
Yeah. I was just talking to his dad, and he's definitely a baseball kid. He loves the game and got a beautiful swing for that size. It's incredible, 12 years old.
Well, you look at the level of talent, and a lot has to do with all these private lessons and everybody, you know, your ex-major leaguers or minor leaguers, they're all getting schooled by somebody, and the level is definitely a lot better. And what impresses me, I've been doing this since 2008, and the fundamentally sound kids, these kids know exactly where to throw the ball, you know, good defense.
Yeah.
Really impressive that they know the game so well at this age. Even at 9 and 10 years old, they know the
Absolutely, absolutely. So the future is definitely bright for baseball. You know, these kids are obviously this bigger stature kids can be playing basketball, football, other sports, but it's good to see these kids out here playing baseball and getting, like you said, Nelly, the proper instruction so that we can see an elevation in the game.
Did you ever play for Jerry? Did you play for Jerry?
I did.
This is his favorite time, going out to the mound, taking
out
the
pitcher.
stroll.
He's still got the strolls on. Look at him.
What was he like as a manager?
You know, he's real laid back. You know, he's a good veterans manager.
Right.
Jerry just knew that you're prepared to go out there and do your thing. He didn't, you know, preach too much as far as your preparation.
Right.
Let you go out there and play the game. But, you know, just a different type of demeanor. You see it out in the field, the way he goes about it, just, you know, real relaxed and low-key. Didn't have a, you know, I think I've seen him yell or lose it 2 or 3 times. That's about it.
What years were you over there?
I was there 2004, 5,
okay.
6. Yeah. It all kind of creeps up on me.
Yeah.
I left from Texas to Chicago. Yeah.
American League, National League, what do you like better?
I'm a National League guy, man. Come on. Got under a little
Zach
bit.
Rampin pops one up into center field, and a diving attempt, but gets away. And the merry-go-round starts as Jensen headed for third, and they will stop him there on what is likely a double.
Sunball.
Yeah, I think the right fielder lost it. He had no idea where the ball was, and the center fielder had to come a long way for that one, tried to make a diving attempt. You could see this. It might be Finch over there in right field.
Stang scored easily to make it a 4-4 ball game. Now we will get a pinch runner in there as well.
21.
Looks like Jonathan Larea will be the runner down at second base for Rampin. Royce, I'm curious, after 17 years and 1,900 hits and playing almost every day, do you still love it? I mean, do you still want to go out to the park?
No.
Ripped. Ripped into right. It's a 2-run single here for Avery Goldensoff. And
Nice
East
hit.
on top 6-4.
You know, having a chance to watch my kids go through it, and like you said, you're competing against these guys, and it's just not an easy game.
Yeah.
You know, the competition and the level that we played at was highly competitive and, you know, great during that time. But I look at my kids now, and I don't know how they do it.
Who does he like? I mean, does he look at a player and emulate him or a favorite team?
He's kind of locked up with the Nationals, which I don't know why he would a huge Nationals fan, but he does like the Nationals. Jose Altuve, I think, because he looks at his stature right now and how, you know, he's that kind of guy, a middle infielder that, you know, he likes the way he goes about his business. So.
Xavier Lopez is the batter, and a stolen base for a Goldensoff into scoring position for the East as they are piling it on here in the 4th. They lead it 6-4.
And that's the great part about baseball. You look at the other sports, you got to have size.
Yep.
You know, you look at baseball, you just mentioned Altuve. If he's 5'4", he's on stilts. And this guy's one of the best hitters in the game.
Yeah. So
Leona with a great play off the mound to retire Xavier Lopez. Royce Clayton, we appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's been great. This is a great program. Still Sports is putting on a great event here, and you know, it's great for youth baseball. So thanks for having us.
All right, good stuff. We'll see you again.
Thanks.
That's Royce Clayton, 6-4. The East on top. We're on CBS Sports Network. Back in a moment to Yaphank, New York. It's the National Youth Baseball Championships powered by Brita, the 12 and under All-Star game, and it's been an entertaining one, 6-4. The East on top of the West as we head to the top of the 5th inning. And joining us now is a baseball Hall of Famer, his number 2, retired by the LA Dodgers. He is Mr. Dodger. It's Tommy Lasorda joining us. And Tommy, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Good to see you guys televising these games. They're exciting.
Well, we watched it the other day. We had it on Tuesday, or it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, and it was Eric Karros over there. He was coaching the Steel. You were over there sitting on the side. And how about the kid that came over there, made that great catch, or protected you a little bit over there?
That's right. You see some of these kids can play.
When you look into youth baseball and the size that they are and the amount of games that they play, does it amaze you the talent at this age? You know, a lot different from when you grew up, when I grew up.
About that, when I was playing, it was different. It's right. We didn't even have uniforms.
Tommy, when you give advice to some of these young kids, I saw you out there this week. What do you tell them about their careers?
Well, first I spoke to the whole group today, and I told them that the first thing they have to have is respect. If you respect people, you're doing right. And then I tell them that you can be anything you're going to be. You live in the greatest country in the world, and whatever you want to be, you could be. But you got to pay the price. You got to work. And I told them that if they want to find, continue in baseball, all they got to do is play. Keep playing. Somewhere, somebody will see you.
Well, this is your second year here in Yaphank and baseball heaven. What about this facility and you getting involved in this program?
It's unbelievable. I tell you, see these young teams from all over come here and play. It's so interesting. Look at that.
Alejandro Mendoza strikes out to lead off the 5th inning, and a nice curveball there.
And then you have this kid that's coming up 6'2" at 12 years old, 13 years old.
It's Jordan Byers facing Train Calloway, who's in there to pitch for the first time for the East, the 5th pitcher of the day.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing. You're still involved with the Dodgers, and you're all over the country.
I work for the Dodgers. This is my, I guess, 67th year with the Dodgers. And I visit all our minor league teams. I talk to the players and work the players out and just enjoy it. I'm having a good time. I enjoy what I'm doing.
Well, I remember you at Vero Beach, Dodger Town. I was 17 coming out of high school and signed with the Dodgers. I had a great time over there.
Vero Beach was great.
They still do some things over there. They don't play. They don't have any spring training over there, but they still have a lot of
no
youth
spring
events.
training. I tell you, that was the greatest spring training complex. I'm surprised that no teams in there.
Right.
The reason why we moved is for people to come.
Myers creams one into right field. A clean base hit with one out here in the 5th.
Well, they had the shift on. How about that? They moved the shortstop behind second base. They're taking the big league logistics.
You never know what Valentine's going to do. He's been something.
From your Dodger family as well.
Played for me, one of the finest guys, one of the great talent, until he broke his leg. It really hurt him a lot. And but he hung around for about 10 years in the big leagues. And then, of course, he was a manager. He managed in the World Series.
You look at the managers today, you know, with all the analytics that go on compared to when you managed. You know, how do you like that? I mean, I know obviously it's a different game, and even the players are different.
I don't like it at all. No, I don't like it.
There's no managing from the gut or the heart anymore.
Right.
Everything's by the book.
That's it. It's really changed. And they got guys that, they've never been in baseball. Manager, general manager.
Right.
And it's, I don't know.
Tommy, what is it about kids? I always see you speaking to kids groups, even back in the 80s on the baseball bunch with Johnny Bench and those programs that were so influential. What is it about kids and you?
Well, I like to talk to youngsters.
Little squibber back to the mound, and no problem for Callaway.
Because I've been around youngsters. I try to teach them to have respect. I try to teach them to have the knowledge to play, and I tell them that you can play. You can be anything you want to be. All you got to do is work at it. You have the opportunity, and I love to see them. I travel a lot with them. We just took a team down to Cuba.
Right.
And we played down there for about a week.
How much do you use? You were just at the Hall of Fame this past Sunday, and your, I guess, godson, right? Mike Piazza, the 62nd round pick by the Dodgers.
That's unbelievable.
Next thing you know, he's in the Hall of Fame.
So that's an amazing story. They didn't want to sign him. I told 5 guys, 5 friends of mine that were scouts to go out and see him play. All I wanted to do was get him to sign, get him signed. 5 guys. They come back and told me, he says, he can't do anything. So he was a first baseman. So I got him to draft him. And they drafted him on the 65th round. But what happened, they didn't want to sign him. They said, their scouts said that he doesn't have any ability. So his father, I made the guy draft him. And so when he got drafted.
Trent Baker singles into center field. Royce Clayton, the pinch runner, comes in to score for the West. And we have a 1-run game.
When I drafted him, they didn't want to sign him. Our club did not want to sign him. So I said, wait a minute here. I said, I got you to draft him. You got to sign him. So I said to his father, put him in a plane, because his father said, hey, Tommy, nobody's even talked to us. Well, you get drafted, they have to send a notification that you got drafted, but nobody contacted him.
Right.
So I said, put him in a plane and send him out here, and we'll get it all straightened out. So by golly, I come out, he hit for them, and he hit the ball good. And I said, well, what do you think about it? He said, well, we can't sign him. He said, I said, well, how about if I brought a shortstop out here and he hit the ball like that? Would you sign him? Oh, yeah, if he was shortstop, I'd sign him. So I said, how about if I brought a catcher out here and he hit the ball like that? Would you want to sign him? He said, if you were a catcher, yeah. I said, sign him. He's a catcher. He said, he's not a catcher. He's a first baseman. He's a catcher now. Sign him.
He is now, and you made him a Hall of Famer, Tommy. We're going to go to break. It was great to see you.
Hey, thank you very
Thanks,
much,
Tommy.
and good seeing you guys.
All right, Hall of Famer Tommy Lasorda joining us here. We're back with more on CBS Sports Network. Big day here at Baseball Heaven in Yaphank, New York. The National Youth Baseball Championships powered by Brita, our 12 and under all-star game. 6 runs on 4 hits for the East and 5 runs on 6 hits for the West. The big hit last inning, Trent Baker with a pinch hit single to drive in Royce Clayton Jr. Now we have another new pitcher in this ball game. It's Gavin Cancio. And he is facing Luke Preston, who's re-entered into this game for Joe Reale. So good to see Preston back in there.
Yeah, got one off the knee in the first inning. Didn't get a chance to get a plate appearance. Now he's back in there with a 1-run game.
The big inning for the East. They scored 3 runs in the 4th. And Preston takes a strike. 1-2 the count on the shortstop out of Raceland, Kentucky. Big Cincinnati Reds fan. And squibbed through the box. Grabbed by Lacey. Another good play by the shortstop.
Yeah, nice play over there. Just gets up the mound, and Sancio, the pitcher, cannot get to it. He falls off to the first base side, but how about the hustle of shortstop Lacey right there. Watch this. Off the end of the bat. It looked like a little changeup or almost a knuckleball. Picks it up. Nice throw across his body. Good play.
Nelly, I'll tell you, when I grow up, I want to be Tommy Lasorda, 88 years old. He was in Cooperstown this weekend. Now he's here. He's talking to kids. He's on the broadcast. This one is laced down the left field line. That is a hit. Cole Masiri, and he cruises into second base with a 1-out double.
He gets a little fastball up and away, and he just stays with it and pokes it into left field over the third baseman down that line. Look at this nice leg kick from Sancio there. He just doesn't want to pull it, but stays with it, hits it the other way. Rolls all the way to the wall. Mulder, the left fielder, gets it in.
The catcher, Carter Campo, takes one outside from Cancio.
Is it Sancio or Cancio?
It's a very good question, Nelly.
Well, if we say it both our ways, then we can't be wrong.
We will be correct. There's a strike to Campo. He struck out but scored a run because he reached on a wild pitch back in the second inning.
Nice little fastball, 63 miles an hour. Trying to keep that 1-run lead. Or shut that down, actually. The East has got the lead.
Swing and a miss at a curveball, second out of the inning. And that has been the deal for those West pitchers in this ball game. They have struck out 9 batters.
Watch this breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, almost like a knuckle curve. You don't see a lot of spin on that ball, and it comes in. Nice catch, nice pitch. Jerry Manuel out there making a pitching change.
So Cancio coming out, and we'll see who's coming in with.
There we go.
2 outs, 5th inning. National Youth Baseball Championships. We'll be back with more after this.
National Youth Baseball Championship on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Brita. Drink healthier, drink cleaner, drink amazing.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here at Baseball Heaven. It is now sunny and hot again on Eastern Long Island. Nick Solis is the pitcher.
See, 6'1", 175, big lefty, nice fastball as well. Come in to put out the fire a little bit. We got a man on second base. The East has got a lead by 1 run. Try to stop it there because the West has 1 more opportunity, 3 more outs to try to tie this thing up or take the lead.
By my count, Solis is the 6th pitcher of the day for Jerry Manuel.
Yeah. This is Lopez.
Jason Lopez hitting in the 7 hole. Takes a strike. A.J. Joya was 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. It's been a cavalcade of stars here today as Lopez bounces it out to second base.
Nice play.
Woo! Juan Rivera throws out Lopez, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Solis gets the job done. No runs on a hit, and 1 left aboard.
And from one knee, Rivera, how about that little slide? Good toss over to first base. Nice play, keeps it at 1 run.
Good day for a little ice cream, a little baseball here. Sun is out. Good crowd on hand for the National Youth Baseball Championships All-Star Game. Our turning point, Avery Goldensoff, a 2-run single in the 4th.
Yeah, a little fastball on the outside part of the plate, just pokes it into right field, scores 2, and the East has a 1-run lead going into the top of the 6th.
Joe Reale re-enters, and the team's steal player from East Patchogue, New York, will be the new pitcher of the game for the East.
5'4", 120 on the East. Is that Patchogue?
Patchogue.
New York. Out here in Long Island. Correct?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Only a few miles from here. Pitch in for a strike to Justin Lipinski, who just came into play 3rd recently. Incidentally, Tanner Cardoza from California came in to catch last inning for the West. Everybody getting into this game.
We have a couple Lopez's in the corner outfield spots. Xavier Lopez is in left field. Jason Lopez in right. Messeri stays at second. We have a new, well, Jensen's back at first. Watts at short. Larrea at third. Nice breaking ball right there for the first out here in this top of the 6th from Reale.
So Lipinski goes down on strikes, and we will have Andre Miono hitting. He was in as a pitcher a few innings ago. Not sure if these managers are actually following any rules with the lineup, Nelly, but they're getting everybody in.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? If somebody gets tired, it's like, okay, you want to go in, go ahead and find a spot. I think that breaking ball in that first pitch even fooled the umpire. That looked like a strike. Everybody went the other way, and it broke over the plate.
Matt Borges, who was hitting in this spot, had 2 hits today, including an RBI that is skied out to center. It looks like
Goldensoff back in center.
Yep. Goldensoff has been everywhere. And here with the West down by a run in the top of the 6th and final inning, Reale trying to close things out. And it's going to be Tanner Cardoza. Cardoza hitting in the 1 hole, and he takes a strike from Reale.
Well, so far, nice job by Reale getting the first 2 hitters. 1 strikeout, 1 little fly ball to center field.
On top of that one, and now the East is just 1 strike away from victory.
Well, you see, he has a nice little fastball, about 63, 65 miles an hour. Nice little breaking ball. Nice pitch. Tough for catchers sometimes to catch that breaking ball and show it to the umpire. I think we're going to see another one right here. You see the 2 fingers by the catcher.
Good hook. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts here in the 6th for Reale in relief. A 1-2-3 inning as he strikes out Cardoza and the West. We'll step aside, be back with some final thoughts. East wins at 6-5 here in the 12 and under All-Star Game on CBS Sports Network. Back with you from baseball heaven. The East victorious 6-5 over the West. Avery Goldensoff had a big hit, a 2-run single in a 3-run 4th inning for the East, and they hold on for the win. And a lot of individual talent here today. Nelly, I think the future of baseball is bright.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. You talk to the managers, both Bobby Valentine and Jerry Manuel. They're so impressed about the level of play that these kids have. Also, Tommy Lasorda, you know, just a Hall of Fame manager back in the day with the Dodgers, amazing man. And the level of play, it's just unbelievable what we see here. We see it every single day. It's just great.
Nelly will be back at 4:30 Eastern Time. For Jeff Nelson and our entire crew, I'm Dave Popkin. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We now send you to Huntington Beach in the Vans U.S. Open of Surfing.